Did you hear about the black woman in Miami who was found hanging from a tree on Juneteenth? Officials are saying she committed suicide and hung herself, but nobody believes that. Was Tonia Miller lynched? Trigger warning. 27-year-old Tonia Nicole Miller was originally from Flint, Michigan. She was found hanging from a tree in the forest near Gwen Cherry Park in Miami-Dade County on June 18th. While many people think this news is a hoax, Tonia Miller is a real person. There is an official death record that lists her death as June 18th, and everyone is wondering what happened to her.
Morning, Tanya Francois with CBS News Miami spoke with the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Department. They confirmed, they said that this is an apparent suicide, was the word that they used. I asked if they suspected foul play at all, and they said no.
Some say she was visiting Miami to celebrate Juneteenth, and others say that she had relocated to Miami. Neighbors report seeing her around the Miami area on foot, even up to the day before she was found deceased. Tonia Miller was no stranger to the streets of Miami. According to arrest records, she was arrested in Miami on multiple occasions from 2025 to 2026 on charges related to resisting arrest or battery. Tonia's family is grieving in real time, and none of them believe she would ever take her own life. What do you think happened to Tonia? Did she really hang herself from a tree, or is this just a cover-up for something more sinister? Leave a comment to let.
All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. I also want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. So I don't know if it's real or not, but you hear, and it's not the first within the last 5 months, man, even of hearing about so-called black people being hung from trees again. A strange fruit, if you remember that song. Here we go again. Now, first and foremost, once again, I can't confirm or deny if this thing is real. Could be a hoax, could be propaganda that they're using to further the coming race war. All right, which is actually sanctioned by YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. If it is real, I got a couple precepts, man. It's just the signs of the times, man. But if that is an Israelite woman for face value, she looks like an Israelite woman. We got a couple issues. So first and foremost, the Juneteenth. Now that whole Juneteenth thing, me personally, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a late 80s baby, and I can honestly remember not even hearing nothing about no Juneteenth or whatever growing up. I do remember 365 Black, the McDonald campaign. I do remember a lot of Black History Month shows and movies in the 90s, but I don't remember like that Juneteenth thing, man. So whatever the hell that is, we're here to tell y'all that the Lord is not with it. All right, so this is Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. So things like Christmas, Thanksgiving, etc., 4th of July, the Lord is saying that he hates these feast days. We have our own holy days, our own high holy days, man, okay? The Lord is telling you that he hates these things, man. So this whole Juneteenth, that's where you went wrong. She traveled quite some distance to get to that Juneteenth celebration, and the Lord is not with it. So there's the issue, okay? You're traveling in the name of basically idolatry, or basically, pretty much, man, because you ain't serving Yahweh Shema Shai. It has nothing to do with Yahweh Shema Shai. Again, I don't really know what the hell it's supposed to represent. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't remember that shit growing up, man. This is kind of a new thing to me. Now, you brothers and sisters probably have heard it, but I'm telling you, man, when I grew up, I never really heard that. Like, again, I remember the 360. I remember y'all brothers, man, 365 Black, the McDonald's campaign, man. I heard it, but I don't know nothing about this Juneteenth. What I do know is that it has nothing to do with serving Yahweh, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. It's vain. And the Lord is sick of it. So there's your problem. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for that sister, because I'm a brother that the Lord has a spirit on to be very, very circumspect about this coming race war. It's starting to, I gotta pray, that I don't get caught up in this madness, because I hear the hate of Esau eating the so-called white man, and then you got the Chinese people. All right, they talking crazy too, and it's just gonna get worse, man. But this whole hanging, they say, oh, it was a suicide. Boy, stop. All right, boy, stop. Ain't nah, man. Ain't no issue. Ain't no way she drove down. And again, it could be fake. It could have been another Jake. It could, but but for the most part, man, we gonna think about the signs of the times, man. And the Lord said, "Kingdom shall be against kingdom, nation against nation." Well, let's take that. Let's take prophecy, and just insert it here. So let's say it was some white folks that hung the girl. We got a serious problem here. Yeah, I mean, we got a serious problem here, and it's only getting worse, man. So therefore, as the hopeful prophets, we got to warn our people about going to these gatherings and such, man, especially things that ain't got nothing to do with YAHAWASHI, which is pretty much everything. Okay, it don't mean that you have to, some brothers more than others, some sisters more than others, but it don't mean you have to be a recluse, all right, in your house or whatever, all right, but you got to be circumspect and not be out here moving, going to these events, especially in the name of a feast or a celebration that has nothing to do with Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah. For you women, now is the time to come up out of that mentality that it's all good, that everything is safe, because it is not, man. And we be teaching this stuff through the spirit of Pav Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah for reasons just like that. Has she taken heed to the words of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah? And let me bring this out. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 25. Give no, well, let's go to 24 first. Hate to do it to you ladies. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So we have that understanding going back to the historical account of Adam and Eve. All right, but verse 25 is the actual point. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what we see now more than ever, especially here in Babylon the Great. The whole girl trip culture, the whole nightlife culture, the whole I'm gonna drive down to Juneteenth to celebrate I don't know what culture. All right, wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. It'll keep you stable if you take heed and cleave on the wisdom. If you're a wise woman, you wouldn't even be caught up that. It'd definitely not be driving there. I could see maybe if it was like in your backyard type shit in your city, okay, but you went and traveled in the name of basically idolatry, and unfortunately judgment was waiting for her. This is what we don't want to experience through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah. In the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 5, concerning you women, man. And this is, how you supposed to be brought up. We'll start at verse 3, actually. The aged women likewise. So that this is where we're going wrong here. Starting with the men, let's just keep it real. All right, but the Lord said he will create a new thing upon the earth. A woman should compass a man, go around. All right, that means she don't have to be subject to us, and she can go do her own thing via her own substance. Okay, so that's why she's able to drive down to a Juneteenth celebration with a whole bunch of cackling hens and things like that. The aged woman, so the old women, all right, the gray-haired women, the aunties, the grandmas, the big moms. We call my grandma big mom where I'm from, for real. Yeah, that's like her name, for real. All right, all these women, this is the behavior that you should be coming in, especially in these last days, that they may be in behavior as becoming holiness. That means set apart from what this wicked world and the thought processes thereof. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, a physical wine, getting drunk, but also ultimately the philosophies that is Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon the Great, the so-called USA. You don't want to be given over to these wayward doctrines, man, that you can do what you want, that you could gather abroad, that you can go on these girl trips and do Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah knows what, and it's going to come to the light pretty soon, by the way. Because the Lord said that all things that's done in darkness shall be brought to the light. Teachers of good things, man. And is that what you see? A manifestation of the older woman teaching the young women good things? Nah, man. We see the exact opposite. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. That's something that they don't give a damn about, a husband. That, well, they do, but they're so weak, and that they're letting their conscience be seared with a hot iron, like the scriptures say. love their husbands, to love their children. And here's the point about her, gathering abroad, to be discreet. That's how you carry yourself as well. The script speak about a modest apparel. Women don't really do that. You see how they dress? Chase. And here's the point. Keepers at home. See, if you was more concerned, if you had let me tell you, they try to paint the picture. There's that philosophy. There's that wine. There's that doctrine that is Mystery Babylon the Great, the so-called USA. They try to make it seem like it's just so bad and detrimental for a woman to be with a man and to have a family. It's just, you see what they're promoting: vanity, a selfishness at its highest level, to the point where women don't even want to have children no more, man. You see all the what's that called, when they be unaliving the babies, man. You know what I mean? All the death that Eve has done. It's a lot, man. But the whole point, going back, man, keepers at home, they are not good, obedient to their own husbands, and they have plenty of husbands, man. All right, that the word of power be not blasphemed, man. And that's pretty much the point. Things are getting out of control very fast. Time is moving fast, and prophecy is moving very, very fast. We're coming up into a time of great tribulation. You see these earthquakes happening in diverse places. The Lord is tearing things up. I think we're very, very tunnel vision at this point, though. I think we're very, very poised going into this great tribulation. We believe through the Spirit that this is the real deal this time. It feels different, but we're very calm. We can tell we're all leveling up through the Spirit. We're getting more comfortable letting the Lord control us, because it's that time, man. These earthquakes in diverse places is going crazy. That's one of the biggest earthquakes I ever heard about. You know what I mean? Because it unalived a lot of people. All these earthquakes in diverse places. Then you got the wars and rumors of wars, man. I bring it out. Matthew 24 chapter, right? Signs preceding the Lord's second coming. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation. And we hear that, and you see stuff like the Carmelo Anthony, and they used it for propaganda. The Lord used that, because, like I say, man, the incident with that white boy in that library, I think he unalived 2 people and tried to really do it really big. And, he made it out there just fine. There was no shootout with the police. They was able to apprehend him, right? And you know how they say it go with our people. If we was to ever do something like that, it'd be guns, drones, and bullets flying. So it's stirring up hatred amongst both sides, man. It's like the Lord do one thing on the Edomite side, and then he'll do something on the Israelite side, and then it goes back and forth until ultimately the thing is going to crack, and we're going to find ourselves living Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, or race against race, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine. So it's coming, that famine of the word, and real deal famine. Prepare yourself. Fast every now and then. Lord willing, maybe tomorrow or whenever the Lord put the Spirit up on me, I'm going to do my little testimony again about, prayer and fasting and what it has produced for me. And well, it's my testimony, but, and what it will produce for brothers and sisters that are blessed with that type of faith to be able to fast. And there shall be famines and pestilences, and we hear that too, man. Pestilences is coming in a major way, and earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing that, and the Lord say, all these are the beginnings of sorrows, and then the persecution, man. So we just got to keep our eyes open. It's going down. Once again, I can't say if this is real or not, because there's so much fake shit and so much propaganda, which we are circumspect. What the Lord say, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not ignorant of the fact that you'll use AI, or you'll produce an imaginary person with an imaginary problem to produce propaganda for a race war. We're not ignorant of that, but I think it's real for the most part. And if it is, boy oh boy, here we go again. And it's not the first. They're hiding these things. It's not making the main news, but an old ass situation like that Carmelo, that didn't even happen this year, man. You know what I mean? See how they got plastered, and the boy got 35 years. What is everybody effing complaining about? He got 35 years, dude. Like, come on, man. Shit. You hear both sides. You got these weird Israelites saying all type of stuff, but the Lord getting ready to expose everybody, man. So I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. We got to stay prayed up because it's a lot of things going on, man. And I just read a couple of them in relation to the Great Tribulation. I think we have stumbled upon the Great Tribulation, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta stay poised, man. All we gotta do is continue to call upon the Lord, and we'll be home in no time, man. We're gonna do what we came to do. They're getting ready to persecute us, but we're calm through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH Shema Shah. The Lord said this is gonna be a time like the earth has never seen before. Therefore, we probably should be performing like this earth has never seen before as the Lord's children. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. Till next time, Shalom.